Hello, everyone. Hopefully, we are live now. Let's wait for all our audience to join so we can start our webinar. Everyone starting to join. Looks really good. We'll be starting in just a moment. Perfect. So now let's just start without any ado. So, first of all, welcome to Prototype to Production, Streamlining Mobile App Development and Project Management, brought to you by Riseup Labs. I'm your host for the evening, 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐼𝐻, and today we delve into the synergy between project management strategies and mobile app development techniques. So today we have with us our speakers, Amit Biswas, Senior Software Engineer at GitHub, CEO at Innovatics, and former Senior Software Engineer at Google and Amazon, and Rakib Hasan Dipu, Project Management at Riseup Labs, as they share insights from their respective fields. We'll explore real world applications, challenges, and the latest trends shaping the future of our app development alongside an open floor for every one of you with a question at the end of the webinar. Thus, without any further ado, let's just get right on to it. So, first of all, when we start talking about mobile app development, what is it really without iOS? So, passing the floor on to Mr. Amit. Let's start with a few of the questions. But first, I would like to give you a huge welcome for coming to the webinar of Riseup Labs.
Thank you so much. I'm not quite sure, am I audible?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. So thank you so much for having me in this meeting today, Mehnas, and welcome, Mr. Rakib Hasan, Dipu bhai. I'm super thrilled to express my knowledge and experiences and all other stories within this time in this session. So, Mehnaz, do you mind to ask me or repeat the questions one more time?
Absolutely, Bhaiya. So, a very warm welcome to Rakib Hasan Dipu Bhaiya as well for attending the webinar. And as
Mhm.
we start, let's start with some of the iOS development deep dive. So, the first question would be passed to Amit Bhaiya. So,
Mhm.
Mr. Amit, how have the latest iOS features influenced your app development strategies?
Oh, okay. That's a very good questions. So, first of all, I would like to mention one quick thing. iOS development is a little bit different than the other cross-platform and Android development because Apple is very strict for their quality, performance optimizations, and all other latest APIs and features, whatever they are doing, and they're very secure platform, but their interface is amazing. I personally love it. I believe other iOS developer they love their all the features and platforms. So latest iOS technologies wise, like nowadays Swift UI, for example, UI development. Before we used to do like a UI kit and like interface builder or storyboard related like UI development, but for nowadays UI development basically coming towards more into Swift UI. Very Swift UI is very like a reactive programming model, and it's super robust and fast. You can easily develop any kind of complex UI component using Swift UI right away. It's very fast, and alongside how do I say, like there are a lot of different new APIs and libraries Apple is releasing. For example, before when I started iOS development, that time we didn't have a Swift package manager. The last few years Swift package manager is booming a lot. We used to do any dependency related like libraries import inside our app development. We used to do like a CocoaPods or like a third party libraries something like that. But nowadays, Swift Package Manager, we can quickly like integrate Swift Package Manager in our existing projects. So, and time to time, SwiftUI also has new features, including, like, for example, how can I say, maybe string interpolation thing, async await, which is very important. Async await is a concurrency and threading related like task APIs, and alongside, how can I say, it's the latest technologies wise, like we can say, enhance privacy and security wise. There are a couple of new APIs introduced by Apple, and time to time, you can assume what right now.
Continuous improvement and updates.
Yeah, right now, like there are like lot of like new technologies, like a new mobile devices coming in iOS. Like every year they are upgrading. For example, machine learning and AI is very booming right now. So uh, core ML is a incredible like framework for iOS development. Any kind of like a machine learning related tasks we can accomplish through that. Then
Talking about continuous improvements, Bhaiya, so in iOS technologies, how do you really ensure that app compatibility and performance across different functions and different versions are properly synced?
so this is also very great questions. How can I say, like for the compatibility purpose, like you can say, like use the latest tools, because there are previously we used to develop like in Swift and Objective C together. Nowadays people also integrating Swift UI as well. So three different kind of libraries and languages and libraries, like sometimes like a mismatch, it's called ABI related issue. So we have to always regularly we have to test our applications, then use Apple's like internal like Xcode ID, and Xcode also has an instrument tool which can do the performance analysis. Then we have to do the beta testing time to time to release any new features, take the uh, like updates from the users, like a previously, like a kind of piloting, and
Right.
some modular development and feature flagging, those kind of things.
So there's like a lot of information feeding that's going on into the system from the previously user experiences and everything.
Yeah, so first thing first, like when you adopt new features into the existing applications, so the regression is very important, because after add the new features, the you have to also test like how the other existing features works, right? And
Right.
as old application, like previously developed old applications, they developed in Objective C. So we have to maintain the Objective C, that is and that is possible to get the bugs. So existing like all the logics, business logics and control statements, we have to kind of look through time to time and adopt the new features, and again do the regression testing and push to the release. And if anything happened in the release, like, or maybe in the production, so it's called feature flag. The one technology is called feature flag or backward compatibility. So we can quickly like turn around that. It's like quickly turn around, so we can pull up the features right away. So user not gonna feel that, okay, this app is not working or this feature is not working. Otherwise, like a user gonna be annoyed on that, and that's really bad for the business.
His quick implementation, I suppose, is a very big, strong suit in mobile app development because you have to be swift with things. You have to make sure that you respond to all the customer feedbacks that you're having from the other end.
Yeah, yeah, time to time you have to get the customer feedback. So that's why people do piloting. It's called, sometimes people say like uh, if any existing or big applications, like for example Amazon or Google or any Netflix, they when they market or release their new features, they don't release like directly to the market or full worldwide. They do the slowly. Maybe they do like one region first, then little bit 10% of their whole users, then 20%, then 30, then 50, 100%. So and within this 10%, they slowly take the feedback or any kind of issue happening, then they're like continuously monitoring their system, log analysis and monitoring and server, all other stuffs, you know.
Right. Totally understandable. Thank you so much, Bhaiya. And now, going on to
Well,
Dipu Bhaiya, we're going to be talking about project management strategies and, of course, product development as well. After all, how can you really sync a whole product development from 0 to 100 without these capacities? So, Dipu Bhaiya, first of all, thank you so much again for coming to the show.
Thank you, Apo. Thank you, Tikapu. And welcome, Umid Bhaiya. And nicely explain all the things to the viewers.
Absolutely.
And
Let
hello,
me
everyone.
start.
Uh, yeah,
Let me start with the questions and let's keep them coming. So, Mr. Dipu, what
yeah,
methodologies have proven most effective in managing complex software projects within schedule and budget?
yeah. I think it's one of the most common question for the product managers because they always wanted to give 100% to their clients, and they also wanted to make it profitable for their companies too. So I would say this is a common and most burning issues for the product developers and product managers.
mhm.
And not only that, the product management is not the easiest way because after getting the scopes and getting the project from the client, there is the most common things we actually think to how to get them give them a good delivery. Second is how to make my team more effectively use on the works. And I would say the client's need is always dependent. And as you say that what frameworks actually most can I just repeat the question again? What framework is most usable, right?
What
So in that
methodology?
case, I will actually say, yeah, methodology. Yeah, I would say it is actually varies depending on the client's needs because sometimes clients have some low budgets and
Right.
clients want the delivery in a short timeline. So in that case, we use one methodologies, and sometimes has a very big budget but timeline is short and budget is also limited. So in that case, we also follows different methodologies. And several methodologies we have in our project management, like as I can say, the agile methodologies and V-shaped methodologies, iterative methodologies, and big bang methodologies. But as per the question, I would say that two items is best for clients and best for the companies too, that is agile. This is widely used methodologies in every company.
I suppose that there is a little issue on
Yeah.
player's end. No worries at all. And as we see
Hello.
that, yes, yeah, perfect. Continue, please.
Oh, okay. Actually, agile and iterative both methodologies is proven methodologies for successful product delivery. Like those actually depends. Like if you have a small projects, but whatever it is complex or simple. If you have a small projects, then we actually go for the agile. And if you have a big projects and timeline, you have a good amount of timeline, then we actually go for the iterative development. And agile is best. I would say that agile is best because the we actually complete the projects divided into small sprints. Like all the scope, we actually created a backlog and divided the works into sprints and done it in sprints wise. Every sprints actually take 1 to 2 weeks, highest can 4 weeks that can estimate that can done.
Right.
And if you have a strong team, and in agile it is one of the most important thing is the continuous communication and collaboration with the stakeholders and your clients. So in that case, agile is best. And
That's perfect.
if you have the big projects, then I would say the iterative is best.
Right.
Ritika.
Really good, because there's a one certain problem with every different project. There's different sizes, different requirements. To sync all of that to make sure that it's all very streamlined, as we say, it's very difficult, and I hope
Yeah,
your
right.
tips are very expert viewed. And so, going forward with the next
Yeah.
question, can you discuss how your project management approach contributed to the successful rollout of a software product that perhaps Riseup Labs has worked within the industry?
Yeah, as a I wanted to give this answer as a product manager view, because I'm a product manager.
Yeah,
I would say one of the most important thing is planning, because whenever we get a project, the main points come to the product manager, because he is the planner, he is the executor, and he is the main leading person throughout the whole development life cycle, and full operation actually depend on him. So how I actually plan that is, first we start the strategic planning. It's one of the most important thing. Like if your planning is not so much strong, then whole thing will be going to vanish, and you will face a lot of problems throughout the development. We can say that. So if your planning is 100% accurate, and if you can give a strong definition, like in the planning stage, if you clearly define the project scope,
right.
and if you maintain outline the roadmaps, what will be the roadmaps, if you outline the milestones and sprints and work on it perfectly and plan it, then you have a full look in front of you, like which day I have to, what I have to do, and which scope on which features I need to develop, in how many days I need to develop, and what possible errors I may get while the development, and etc. So I would say if your planning is great, then 70 to 80% work is done from the beginning of the project development. And some other things also create a good impact on it. This is the resource management. Like you get a project, and from your team, if your resource management, like if you don't understand, if you don't know your resources, then I would say that you will not get a good benefit. Like if you got a project from AI related development, and if you know which resource will do a good work on this kind of jobs, and if you know that his work quality is how much good or not bad, then you will
Yeah,
get a good impact on that. So
yeah,
this is the one of the important things, that you will understand your resource, which resource will work on this. Another is risk. You do the planning, you manage the resources, uncertain and sudden incident may occur throughout the whole life cycle of the development, and we call it actually creeps. So it can be scope creeps, it can be effort creeps, it can be hope creeps. So from the planning, you will actually get to know that what kind of things may appear, and things may happen in my development time. uh, so if you find out those earlier, then I would say that you can actually solve that in the middle of development, and the issues will be solved instantly.
yeah,
Second is collaboration. Collaboration is one of the most important things between your team, between your stakeholders, between your clients. Between your team is very important, because when you assign a task to your team, and you may know. Hello,
yeah,
am I audible, Apu?
absolutely. Please
Yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
sure, sure. We can hear you. Rakib bhai, we can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. That I'm saying, communication is more important. Like you assign a task to your team members,
Yeah,
and you just leave it to him for 1 week, and you don't know what he is actually doing. And after 1 week, he will actually give you output is a crash and trash. So you may not. They are not actually following the plan. They may not actually follow the feature descriptions. So continuous collaboration, continuous meeting is very important. Second part is continuous communication with your client. As you know, Riseup Labs actually followed the agile methodologies, because agile methodologies actually root reason is that continuous communication happen by the client.
yeah,
So if you are transparent to your client, if you let them know like what is happening to the development, each and every problems, if you share with your clients, and and keep a transparent communication with them. And I think in the development time you will not get face any issues. Like after the development, if you do not do this after the development or after developing any features, if you go to your client and show them, client will say that I didn't ask for to do this. So
Yes.
this kind of issues to remove, we actually do a clear communication with our clients.
Yes.
Also,
As
we
a
do the
leader,
weekly and
yes, as a leader in the industry, we can see that Riseup Labs has actually worked with so many different projects, MENA
right.
projects, and all the game projects, the more app development, the adolescent nutrition system that is the recent development by us, the QA brains, and everything, all the products that come together, all somehow transition to app development. And the communication and the transparency in the industry is currently something that the whole market wants.
Right, yeah.
Please add forward, Bhai.
So yeah, yeah. So the last point I would say the continuous improvement. This is the
Yes.
most and important things. Your resource is your power. So make them, give them training, improve their qualities. That could be educational knowledges. That could be uh, like their inner improvement, etc. That could be.
Yes. Perfect. Really
Yeah.
great to know. Thank you so much. And now on to Amit Bhaiya again.
Thank you, Rakib Hasan there, for your all the
As to
insights.
all the audience that is in the comment section right now, we're going to be answering all your questions at the open floor kept at the end of the webinar. So definitely stay tuned for that because it's going to be exciting. And now, as we were talking about all the project management strategies, we have to, of course, talk about the integration of development and management. So my next question would be to Amit Bhaiya.
Mhm.
So Mr. Amit, what role does cross-functional collaboration play in your projects when transitioning from prototype to production in whole?
Sure, that's a very good question. So it's a very important aspects of product development, especially when we're planning to go for the production and release. So I can talk about these things like very fastly, but let's keep it simple. So first thing first is quality assurance is always important. If you want to do any like a production applications, you want to uh, go for the release. So there is multiple different teams already worked on these projects. So for example, quality assurance team, design team, leadership team. Then we have to also think about risk management and
Yeah.
migration. So you are like in the risk management section, for example, like if you go for the release and if you put these features through the production, what kind of risks analysis you have done, and if anything goes wrong, uh, what should be the consequences for these particular actions. So leadership teams also has to be aware of that. Then designers, engineers, they also have to set the priorities like, okay, these features is more priority, so we have to test these features more in depth, and time to time we have to be aware of any kind of issues or feature flag related stuff. We need to turn around anything, so we can turn around to take out, kind of pull back from the release of something like that. So um, and how can I say, like long story short, production and cross-functional team like collaboration is very important for any kind of technological product development. I believe it's not only just software or application engineering. Time to time, any other like any like hardware manufacturer or other companies as well.
Yeah, that's amazing. So now on to Mr. Dipu. How do you align project management frameworks with the technical needs of iOS app development, as just described by Amit Bhaiya himself?
Yeah, thank you, Apu. How do I actually align? The first of things, I always say my team members. I just wanted to add this thing here. Like as a product managers, we have to gain knowledge not in the specific fields. For all the fields they actually work on, that could be the IT, that could be the 3D design, that could be the media design, anything. As a product managers, then have to be vast on this knowledge. Actually, in project management, how do you actually align that? First we actually define the development life cycle. We
Yes.
actually follow the SDLC stages, and this is the same for iOS, this is the same for Android apps, all other the developments we actually follow this. And second is the methodology we will fix. What methodology we will use, that we have to fix. Like based on the projects, we actually fix this. Like if you go for the agile, if you go for the waterfall, if you go for the like what can say V-shape models, those actually depends on fully type of the projects. So first fix on this, we fix on this, and then we actually utilize the tools, project management tools, different type of tools, issue tracking tools we used. Then another is the communication channels like Slack, Zoom. We have for transferring the data, share the materials with each others.
And how about
In terms of the
when you're managing multiple product development projects simultaneously, and as you mentioned, there are so many different sectors. What are some of the resource allocation strategies that you have?
one of the main thing is the prioritize the projects, because if we go for the multiple projects and the same resources is working for multiple projects, then we actually if we go for the if we have a projects and we are assigning different resources, then actually there is no need to prioritize the works. They will actually work on individually on each projects. But the main thing is allocating them, like how oftenly they will work, and their output and their timeline. We actually allocate all the things. And also it actually varies to projects. Like some projects we have to do the R&Ds, and some projects we are not pretty much sure what will be the output and what will be the scopes. If it's the in that case we actually go with the training session and some of the modules to allocate the resources on that section. Second is the continuous monitoring. Like if I assign a project to a developers or project to a person, then I continuous do the monitoring, like he is working perfectly or he is on align on the project scopes and project requirements or not. So basically these are the things actually we actually maintain for assigning a multiple resource on the multiple projects.
Really nice answers. Thank you so much, Neha, because as we know, resource allocation has to be one of the most technical aspects from someone
Yeah,
who
right,
is managing a whole
right.
team. Because you have to know the strong suits of every single individual person, what they're good at, and who is going to be executing what
Right.
level of projects. It's
Mhm.
really good advices from your end. And now we're going
Yeah.
to be talking about some of the advanced techniques and tools that we have in the current mobile app development scenario. So now, moving on to Mr. Amit, what advanced tools have you recently recommended for iOS app development? Especially since you are the CEO of Innovatics, you have a lot of exposure with mobile app development yourself and iOS development. So, what are some of the advanced tools that you would recommend?
Sure. Thank you so much for this question. So, there is right now, for example, like every day new technologies and new tools coming and introducing like every year, especially for iOS engineering or macOS engineering. So nowadays, so one of the best tool is like for the iOS engineering, Xcode and Swift is 100% recommended, and without that we cannot shift around. Previously we used to do in Objective C. So latest framework wise, like Swift UI, as I mentioned earlier, Swift UI is a very great like a framework for UI development, and it has latest APIs and all other libraries. And iOS development don't really require a lot of small tools or technologies like web engineering. So iOS is like if someone just focus on Swift, learn Swift language syntax properly, and practice like a Xcode. In Xcode is a integrated development environment. That's the only tool we can imagine. Sometimes some companies like they use Visual Studio Code or other like a JetBrains ID. But yeah, and m- like Swift Package Manager also added new variety. There is a lot of other libraries dependencies we can adopt inside our projects, and for version control wise, obviously everybody use like a Git nowadays. New um, like DevOps related tools or production or maybe profiling related tool came like Fastlane, Circle CI. Those are very popular tool nowadays. And
And what about some of the tools that are beginner friendly? Let's say someone is
for
really interested in mobile app development and they want to learn the ins and outs.
beginner friendly tools like um, we cannot specify like that. If somebody wants to learn iOS engineering, they must have to learn either Objective C or Swift. But Objective C is legacy language. Apple is not kind of upgrading the language or supporting the language. And also, Swift community becomes so big. Everybody started learning Swift. Swift also becoming like a server side language. I would say if somebody start learning Swift, and there is a lot of tutorials in YouTube, start learning all the Xcode tips and tricks, how to use like Xcode, and and data structure and algorithm also very important for, because this is a one of the core aspects of software engineering, like mobile engineering. So I would say um, for beginners, learn little by little like a data structure and algorithms, like a core, like a computer science related knowledge, gather the core computer science knowledge, then try to practice like a Swift syntax every day, little by little, and try to develop like small iOS applications like a to-do application, note application, like clone anything. And there is
You had a lot of industry exposure as well in the current mobile app development scenario. So would you say that iOS has come a very long way from where it started to where it stands now, and what are some of the prospects that you're seeing in the current industry?
Oh yeah, that's really phenomenal, because when I started back in 2015, like when I started learning ice engineering. So that time, most of the companies, especially in United States or maybe across the globe, they use like a old like a fashion like object oriented programming pattern by using like Objective C. But nowadays, like Swift came out, it's a protocol oriented programming, uh, and protocol oriented programming has a lot of like like advancement and advantages as well. So, and Swift community becomes so stronger. Even previously, so far I like believe a lot of universities didn't even have like Swift or iOS development courses. And
Right.
last few years, Stanford, Stanford is one of the finest university in the planet. So Stanford started using like, I mean, teaching like iOS engineering, iOS development. So like, and also developers getting like interested to get into this field, because mobile engineering is booming, and time to time, like iOS also expanding their features, Apple pushing a lot of new features, and adding like advanced technologies to the iOS and Mac OS development. So I think the graph, if you imagine the graph,
It's
it's
been just going up and up so
change.
far.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
It's going up and up, the graph, if we imagine it, from where it started and where it's going.
Yeah, it's kind of, I would say it's like it's linear way, maybe, but like proportionally it's like going very like up. It was little fluctuation before, but I didn't see. Nowadays, maybe again, because the AI hype is going on right now in the market, so everybody more into data science, AI, and machine learning
Absolutely.
stuff. But I felt like this year, mobile engineering is little like falling down, but I believe it gonna be because mobile engineers always need and smartphones always right now, unless something um, something
More
like
evolved comes through.
different thing come in our
Yeah.
uh, lifestyle.
Hopefully that's not gonna be in a while because this is the age of mobile, with all things going smaller and better and having everything compact. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, yeah, you are right. I completely agree with you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mr. Amit. And now moving on to Mr. Dipu. How has project management software evolved to better support mobile app development teams?
Thank you, 𝐿𝐿𝐿. Yeah. Uh, in this question, I will actually I would like to say this. If you ask me about before COVID and after COVID, a good amount of changes in this project management frameworks and project management software evolved a lot of things into their systems. Like before COVID, the softwares those are actually available in webs and available as a software. But after the COVID, many mobile apps they just integrated and they just added the frameworks of the product management system into their system. And one of the thing is that they added the built-in methodologies in their system. Like as I say, if I say like Asana, Jira, and ClickUp, they have the built-in methodologies like Agile. You can actually get the instant output from that. If you just click on the Agile, you want to run your project in Agile methodologies, just click on it and you will get all the things into on it, like a Scrum board, Kanban board, and backlog systems, roadmap, even the burn down chart you will get on the onto this. And this changes is happening every day, and a new improvement is adding day by day to the system. Another is the development kits, like issue tracking system. They actually added the issue tracking system into their softwares. And even you will also get the mobile version of Jira, mobile version of ClickUp. You can actually from the long distance, if you are not even in your desk, you can actually work on through your mobile apps. And the next thing is the resource management is one of the most important things actually evolved after the COVID. You know, most of the projects are actually remote works. And how do you actually manage them? How you actually know that your assigned tasks are actually uh, am I
Yes, yes,
online?
yes,
Is it
please.
my net connection is creating issues?
No worries at all. Please continue. As you were
Yeah.
saying, after the COVID
Okay.
era.
Yeah. Yeah, as I'm saying, the resource management system is fully changed to the softwares. Like you can see which resources is working on what projects, and right
Yeah.
now which scope, each features is they are working on.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you can also give analytics throughout the project frameworks too. Like if you want to
As Bhaiya is talking about like a lot of resource management and allocation done, I think it's very important to note that project management plays a really crucial part in the Evolve software as well. And as Amit Bhaiya, you were saying that iOS, if you look at the graph from 0 to 100, it has progressed a lot.
Mhm.
I suppose so have the project management softwares. Dipu Bhaiya, as you were continuing about the resource and the allocation.
yeah yeah Yeah, the last thing I want to say that the analytical report you can actually get from the project management tools. Like
Right.
your resources is working for a features, working for a one scopes for a long time, and after 1 month you can actually say there's his progress. You can actually if you want an analytical report like in which features how many resources work and how many times we needed to complete it, and you can use it for in your feature, like to find out the times, find out a better estimation to your clients, like we need these days to complete the overall projects, and these resources we need to add throughout the projects. So I would say a lot of changes is happening right now, and this is the best things for the product management, because the main thing is ultimate goal is to give a better output to our clients,
Mhm.
and that's why actually the all the thing is changing, and also bring the benefit to the company. So the
Yeah.
more you actually depend on the analytical data, the more you actually get the output from them. So yeah.
Perfect.
uh,
Thank you so much for the whole comprehensive answer. I think it covers a lot. And
Yeah,
now, as we are talking about the advanced techniques and tools, it doesn't obviously come without its challenges. So, moving on to Mr. Amit, what significant challenges have you faced in your field and how do you overcome them? And I would also like to add another question to tag along with it to give a career advice to those who are starting out, because you're a professional seasoned in this field, and it'd be great to hear some career advices and some of the challenges that you faced so
sure.
far.
Sure. Thanks for the questions. So in that case, we have to believe there is always anything new you start in your life. So there is always going to be challenges, and initially it always gonna feels super hard, or you are not really feeling well to adopt that technologies or systems or something like that. So I would say the initial challenge I personally face, uh, to when I start doing any new development, that's completely on me. But when I start contributing like existing projects to read others person's code, other developers code or senior engineers code, that one I felt like overwhelmed a little bit, because I felt like understanding code, whoever write you didn't write the code, and a senior engineer's code or something like, or any other engineer's code, understand their business logic and how they wrote it, and everybody has a different learning curve, learning pattern, and a different way to write program. And programming is a art, so coding is a one kind of art. So some developers write very furnished way, like modularized way. They maintain the proper design pattern and architecture. Time to time they do the comments, and somebody doesn't do that. And some companies, they go for the production super quick. They just need the features very super fast, and developers didn't had that chance to do the right job. In that case, when new developer come to that project, and it's very hard for them to understand and adopt their development systems. So that one was one challenges, and other challenges is like iOS development is not only just learning Swift and Objective C or Xcode time to time again. We have to also learn a little bit of system designs, understand the applications like a backend, some DevOps stuff time to time. Then new tools and technology, you have to always brush up the existing tools and technology, and new technologies, whatever coming, you have to keep eye on those. So keep yourself all the time updated, and make sure you attend or see all the updates from the WWDC, Worldwide Developer Conference by Apple. So this is how a beginner can start, and they adopt the new technologies, and all those difficulties they can overcome. And last one thing is uh, you have to have a big vision, but the steps has to be small. So whatever you are learning, you cannot learn IS engineering or any engineering or any programming language within one day. You have to
Right.
be super consistent on it, and
Right.
learn every day small. For uh, I overcome one way, like my personal lifestyle or Fitbit, you can say that I learn every day at least one thing, no matter what. Whatever I do, wherever I go, before I go for the bed, unless I super tired or sleepy or I'm sick, without that, I try to learn at least a small thing every day, 5 minutes,
Right.
10 minutes, or 15 minutes, and that's how, end of the month, I tracked my progress. I learned a lot. So uh, consistency, that's why people say consistency is the key. So I would say simply learn every day something new, or maybe existing thing brush up, but little by little, and progress that track. So when you collect all those like the small steps in your bucket, you see you learned a lot.
That's
And one more
amazing.
questions you
And
asked.
I think yes, said we were also talking about the failures that you've had, the stumbles that you've had, and those failures on your journey did not stop you. You
Yeah,
kept going and you kept learning more. So maybe some of that will inspire the young visionaries today watching here with us.
sure. So in my career, I would say the first corporate job when I got into the like corporate field in United States workforce as a iOS engineer. So initially, I had to go face like a 28 interviews, and every interview has two to three rounds, sometimes four rounds, depends. So and you know, like United States has a lot of amazing talent here across the country, and all the big universities every semester students graduating, and they all are like, it's the biggest impactful place, especially in this workforce. And you cannot these, how can I say, you have to count all those talent, so to beating them to and get into the your desired field or desired career is very hard. So I would I did practice every day, no matter what. I still remember, I used to go for daytime, my regular job, and nighttime I used to study 10 to 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Yeah, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Sometimes 9 p.m. to 4 or 6. So every night I used to sleep like 2 hours, 3 hours. Back in the days, 2015, 16, 17, those 3 4 years, I worked like a hell, day and night, no matter what. So that's the another thing. And time to time, for the youngsters, uh, the main advice I would say, don't scare. Self-confidence is the biggest thing in life, so people used to scared anything, they jump into that. Before that, their negative impact, because negative uh, energy outside is more impactful than positive. Positive energy will win, but negative people, they always demotivate. Hey, you're not gonna able to do that. Hey, that person, this is hard. Don't do those kind of things. Don't even think like that. Whatever your heart says, whatever you feel like, and focus on one thing, and stuck on it, stick with your journey. Like, okay, for example, I wanted to be a programmer. I decided this thing when I was grade 9, that means class 9, before my secondary school certificate exam. And I didn't stop dreaming about it. I always was like, kind of, whatever happened, I'm never gonna stop today, tomorrow, but my count will come one day. So whatever the journey you are trying to pursue, don't focus on okay, I feel like hectic. It's gonna be hectic. If you wanna be something better, if you wanna be something, if you wanna walk like a real man, if you wanna walk like a head up, you have to take that kind of hit. Then you burn it, but after that, you're not gonna feel the hit. So there's the
Really
like
good advices there. Thank you a lot. And it really goes to show how nothing can really beat the dedication and the consistent trying, the hard work that everyone has to put in every single morning when they get up and really just go get their goal.
yeah. Continuous learning is every day. Again, continuous learning is a very important thing. Be confident. Sometimes people become scared before they pursue anything, and don't be like that. Keep away yourself from the negative energy. I would say, if you don't be crazy to pursue your dream, then you cannot achieve that dream. And dream never had plan B. If your dream is a plan A, that means there is no plan B. Your plan B should be again the plan A, right?
Absolutely. Really, really good advice there.
Yeah.
And now that we're actually almost through with the career segmentation, I would like to ask you about the business segmentation and the market trends. So, how do you anticipate the changes in consumer technology that will shape the next generation of mobile apps?
So in consumer technologies, like whatever the applications right now in the market, mostly focusing on the consumer technology, especially mobile application, because like mobile engineering or mobile device is using by consumers, like people like me, you, right? So and our day-to-day life, we are using a lot of different kinds of applications, like a health application, fitness application, gym like a gymnasium, security related application, like people used to use like camera on their home, outside home, and they can monitor the their home or workplace, car from the mobile application. So all those are consumer applications, right? So I would say mobile applications, mostly 90% plus, I would say, in my opinion, using by consumers, and it's super important to like in this market.
Yeah. And what would you say, like, since you are the CEO of Innovatives itself, and at Riseup Labs, we see a lot of the projects are outsourced from different countries. So, what is the foreign landscape looking like when it comes to the outsourcing of different projects and different mobile app engineering stuff to do for the younger generation?
Okay, so this is these questions I would be super transparent. Like obviously other questions I was transparent too, but this is like I'm not gonna say any hypothetical answer. Outsourcing any project is always been challenging. Still, it's challenged. It has a challenge, and like my company, Innovatives, like when I started. So when you start something again, there is nobody with me, no any projects, but
Lone man project.
time to time, I start uh, gathering knowledge. How do I get the projects, or how do I manage the resources? How do I hire people? And how can I like approach outside small business owners or companies that, hey, I can do the your job, something like that. So and if I want to uh, get anything from outside, so I have to show my portfolio, right? For example, I want to have a job in Riseup Lab. Riseup Lab will ask like, hey, what have you done? What's your resume? In resume, what your previous work history? Similar
Yeah.
way. So app development or outside projects, clients want to see what kind of tasks I have done, what kind of projects I have done previously or might be done or innovative completed. So so far our journey is not that bad. Last 1 year our graph kind of increased. It's already raised up. I think we are doing good, but still we are a little bit getting like hectic to get the projects from outside, because right now is economical recession going on
Right.
across the planet, especially United States as well, and they're focusing more into a lot of different kind of investment here and there in world. So, and companies, technology companies also like laying off people, and they're facing challenges. And time to time, those economic impact also fall down on small business owner, mid-sized business owners. But
Mm-hmm.
I believe from next year, or sooner or later, it will be easy. I mean, it will be better, and yeah, we can approach
That's
this.
like a really insightful perspective because since Riseup Lab is working from a local perspective and delivering to global clients, it's almost the other way around for you. You are currently working with all the famous people of states, and Innovatives is just really budding, however, doing great. And so now I would actually pass on to Mr. Dipu for the business segmentation and market trends part. So, Mr. Dipu Bhaiya, what are the key market trends that Riseup Labs has been observing? Can you name some of the global and local projects that Riseup Labs has worked on
Mm,
before? mobile app development?
Apu, can you just repeat again? Because I am
Absolutely.
facing some issues here.
Okay, so I was actually asking, what are the key market trends that Riseup
It's
Labs
Apu,
is observing?
can you hear me?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
I can hear you.
Sorry.
No worries.
Can you repeat again, Apu, please?
Absolutely. So, what are the key market trends that Riseup Labs is observing? Can you name some of the global and local projects that Riseup Labs has worked on revolving around mobile app development? Yes,
Sorry, Apu,
kindly.
I can hear you, but it's stacking. Can you just repeat again? Sorry for
So
the interruption.
No worries at all. So, basically, we're talking about some of the projects that Riseup Labs has worked with in global and local forms revolving around mobile app development. And what are the current market trends that Riseup Labs is viewing from a project manager's perspective?
Yeah, thank you, Kapu, and really sorry for the interruptions. Actually, getting some issues here. Riseup Labs always, looking forward, and we always look for what is going to be in future, and we always do research on this. And in 10 years, which technology, how the technology will change, and what new technologies may arrive in our global. We always thinking on this and try to do research and try to do be the part of that part to do that. So basically, right now, Riseup Labs as a product manager, Riseup Labs is actually looking for the technology changes in AI and machine learnings. This is the burning topic right now. And another thing is IoT, blockchain, big data. These are the most burning topics nowadays. And Riseup Labs already put steps on this, and we are already doing research and working on this. As I said, IoT. Right now, Riseup Labs are doing
Internet of
projects
Things.
with Australian company. Yeah, that is 𝐒𝐭𝐫𝐞𝐚𝐦𝐥𝐢, and we are developing an IoT device for them. And this is a really great food step for us, because we are actually working on a stoves, like you can actually manipulate and do the uses from your home and from your distance, whatever you want. And another thing is, Riseup Labs is also working on big data. The recent world is going after the data. If you have a lot of data, then you have something big. You are something big. So we are actually working on big data too. One of our projects is Let Us Learn, and we are working on this. That is actually for UNICEF, and this system is vast. We're actually working on this project is almost 3 years, and couple of extensions done, and they are adding more data. And actually, all the students from Bangladesh, they're actually putting information on this. And this is the school management systems, but not, I will say, the school management system not only, it's also the management of UNICEF and management of the staffs according to that projects. So it's one of the big projects. And another is, we are working on AI, our one of the project is CV generator. Like, we're using the AI on this. You just tell your educational background and other profiles, and they will automatically give you a astonishing and good looking CV on your site, and you can easily download it. We are right now working on this, and also we are doing the research on machine learning, most updated machine leaching and cloud computing.
And we have
And we
also
are
worked
also
with
going
so
for
many
science
different
products.
organizations like UNICEF and UN Women
Yeah,
and all of these organizations.
yeah, right. And UNICEF, UNICEF always looking forward to do this kind of jobs. And if you just go and approach them, they will actually love to catch those things. And they're also working with us too. Like, we also work with UNICEF Tanzania, where actually we are actually working on internet issues. That those places have internet issues. We are working on IOGTs, rapid pros. Those are the most important things actually we are working on right now to give better support. Those areas do not have any internet, but they can actually use the devices easily. And we are working on one project also, that too. So yeah, Riseup Labs, as I said, Riseup Labs always looking forward and try to bring the most advanced technology into the system.
Lovely. Really good to see both sides of the story. And since we have such esteemed speakers with us here today, now we have reached to the most exciting part of the webinar, and that is the open floor discussion. So we will be taking some questions from different users. So let's get started. So first of all, the first question is, how do you decide which new technologies to adapt in your project? So Mr. Dipu, if you can take this on.
Thank you for this question. How we actually decide is actually depends on the projects, like what projects we are going to do. And if you know, technology always changes. Like today we what we have right now, and after 2 days that changes, and with a more advanced version. Like in previous day, you actually in example, you are doing a normal search. You are developing a normal search engine or search features for yourself. After 2 days we are actually now we are doing the AI related searching, you know. So actually it's depend, like if we see it also actually depends on the client's budget, timelines. Like you know, if I have a timelines to do a feature only 2 weeks or 1 month, then I can definitely do something big that requires to 3 months or 2 months. So in that case, we actually analyze like what our resources too also varies on this. Like resources may not be capable to do this in a short time, and their knowledge have always knowledge have some boundaries too. So always keeping this thing in mind, like resource boundary, client's budget, timeline, we actually finalize and decide like which technology we are going to use in the project.
Perfect. So now, moving on to the next question. I absolutely have to ask this question: how do you keep your team skilled in the latest developments as tech is changing so fast? So, Mr. Amit Bhai, if you could please take it on.
Sure, absolutely. So in that case, like it's saying, how do you keep your team skilled in the latest development?
With
Uh,
AI and machine learning coming through,
it
and
is
you having a whole team under you.
so in that case, I would say like I tell my teammates, especially whoever working with me. So I also always make them feel like any new technologies or every day, the way I mentioned before, like try to learn every day. Anything new come up, take a little familiarity of yourself with that technology. But in the project wise, as Dipu has said, like whatever new technology is coming, we cannot just adapt in our existing projects or something like this. Depends on the time, resource, and all other constraints and variations. Also, we have to take care of. And new technologies also has a security related issue sometimes, like maybe it's still in beta. We cannot just push that to the release, something like that. We have to take the how can I say, stable version. And my teammates, I would say, um, they're based on their role. Definitely, they're every day has something to learn, right?
Right.
And I always keep them motivated,
Mhm.
keep them up to date. Like, hey, if you get a chance, try to learn something. And I don't personally tell them like, hey, you gotta learn this specific tool or specific something like that. Based on their role, whoever working in the quality assurance, whoever working in the engineering or design side, something like that. I always inspire them as much as I can. Whatever I had inside me or my motivation or something like that, I always make
Team
them.
motivation is really important when you are
Yeah,
working with cross-functional environments.
yeah. You don't have to just tell people, "Hey, learn these things" or something like that. Inspire them, give them that kind of motivations. And human brain is super powerful. It's like more than supercomputer. If somebody
Absolutely.
believes something, I will get it. I'll make it done. That particular person can make it done anyway. It only
But
needs the inspiration and the self confident, I believe. Yeah.
absolutely. Amazing teamwork. That's like
Yeah.
making dream work out there.
Sure.
So, next question we have, when we use the waterfall model, does it always depend on the client or is there project or budget scope? So, Mr. Dipu Bhai, if you could please take this.
Waterfall.
Yeah, yeah, waterfall, a traditional project
Yeah.
methodology we
Sounds
actually use
wonderful.
Riseup. Yeah, we all familiar with this. Riseup Labs actually also follow the waterfall too. Waterfall basically, if your project scope is defined, fully defined, there is no changes, there is no requirements will change middle of the development,
Mhm.
and as you know. The first thing is we followed the in waterfall we followed the every steps in linear model, like you don't have any options to back. Like once you've done the requirement analysis, and if you clearly done that, if you go to the next step, like requirement, if you go to the creating the product design or UI, then you don't have any options to go back. You can go back to the product requirements again. So once you've done the product design, if you go to the coding section, there is no option to go for the go for back to the product design. So it's actually not always depends on the clients. It's actually depends on the company they follow. Company they follow the methodologies, and I would say if the scope is fully defined, then you can actually go for the waterfall.
Mostly
And if
pharmaceuticals company, they used to do
yeah,
that.
right,
In pharmaceuticals company,
pharmaceuticals,
whoever
aerospace,
developing drugs or something like that, they cannot just come back and change that any
right,
kind of
exactly,
things from the drug or medications, right? So in that
right,
case, like they're following a waterfall, but in software
yeah,
engineering, I would say we don't really do that much nowadays, right, Dipu bhai?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think,
yeah, right, right,
yeah.
not that much.
Sorry, I'm inside your conversation,
So
but
No, no, it's
really
totally
good.
okay. It's totally like I
yeah,
love to.
go ahead.
I love the synergy between the both the worlds. That one of them is on the development side, and another one of them is the project management side, and they both have to come together at the end of the day to make a successful release out there.
Right, right.
So, the next question that we have, what would be the best career to choose, a project manager or product manager in this current IT marketplace? If Dipu Bhai himself could take this on.
As I'm a product manager, so I would always love to that people will go for the product manager. There is a basic, a huge difference between them. Basically, project manager is fully dependent on the development part, give you completely done the development. But product manager is actually responsible for product starting from the product vision to marketing the product, and marketing to the product, like how you set the product vision, product strategy, and after completing the development, how you'll actually market the product, and what strategy will fail to market, what strategy will actually maintain to marketing the products. So this is the basic difference. Is actually depend on persons. If he coming from the development background, I would say he will go for the project manager, but it doesn't mean that he will go for the product manager. And if from the beginning he has some knowledge or he has some interest in business, good negotiation skills, good communication skills, and if he have good marketing knowledge, then I would recommend to go for them a product manager roles.
Right. Really comprehensive
What is
answer.
that, Amit bhai?
Right. So this question would be, how would you efficiently handle memory management for large data sets when developing an iOS app that deals with real-time data processing?
Okay, that's a very good question. And in that case, like efficiently memory management for like any large data set or small data set. So iOS has the some memory management tools, especially it's called previously before Swift 3 introduced. We used to do like in Objective C, like just manually memory management, retained all the memories and pulling and then release those memories manually. But nowadays, iOS has like a ARC. So in ARC, especially like in Swift, it's called automatic reference counting. So we like when we write any code, for example, thread or multi-threading or concurrency related code in iOS. So in that case, memory management or memory leak related issue might happen. So there is a certain way to prevent those things. We have some keyword strong, weak, or unknown. Those kind of, especially unknown and weak, those are very popular two keywords which can kind of decrease your memory count or retain count by one, because every time you like, how can I say, like initiate any objects, so it's automatically by default it comes with strong reference. So if you understand the memory management thing, you have to understand the reference cycle and retain count, memory leak, those kind of things. And you can prevent too strong reference, because memory management comes with like couple of topics, like it's related to like how can I say, completion handler, it's related to a return cycle, it's related to memory leak. So all those things all together, like ARC and memory management works in our side. So we can talk about that thing in very in depth, but is in a short way, I would say, like use like keyword, like to decrease the memory count, I mean retain count, by using like unknown and weak. Unknown and weak also has a little different. Weak can be nil, unknown cannot be nil. So it's optional related stuff. We can talk about that. But for the, you said like for the large data sets, um, how we can process in that case, it's a pretty much, I would say it's a pretty much same. But some companies, bigger companies, they use their maybe own libraries or own like technologies. But in the native way to handle the memory management in your code base, that's the whatever I discussed, I told earlier, this is the main way to do that.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And with that being said, our open floor discussion has now come to an end. We've almost reached the end of the webinar. So, from my end, I would like to thank both of our esteemed speakers for, very wholeheartedly for speaking about their experiences, the market trends, and of course, all the challenges. So, Amithya,
Thank you.
thank you, and Dipu Bhaiya, thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you.
And as for our audience, if you have any questions at all, the recording of the live webinar will be available in LinkedIn as well as StreamYard. So make sure to leave your comments below and make sure to tag the speaker if you have any specific comments towards them. And so we hope that today's discussion empowers you to enhance your project with innovative solutions and robust management practices. Keep an eye on Riseup Labs for more updates and future webinars. And with that being said, have a good evening.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks all the audience to join in this live session today. Uh, and I would like to especially thanks to Mehnaz and Rakib, Hasan, Dipu Bhai for joining this meeting and inviting me in this session. I'm super like glad about that, and I wish you all the best for learning the IS engineering or pursuing like a technological career like project managers or any engineering career. So I would say good wishes. Don't be scared and be your best and move forward. One day you will get there. Trust me. One day you will get there.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you, Amit Bhatt, too. Thanks for joining, and thanks for everyone who joined the live session.
Mhm.
And if you have any questions, I'm available in LinkedIn and other social medias. You can reach to me. And Amit Bhatt, thank you so much for sharing your precious knowledge with us. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you so much, everyone. So here's the conclusion to the webinar. Have a good night.
Take care.